Today I'm going to talk about the Conceal and Define foundation from Makeup Revolution. So this is the sort of foundation that's accompanying the Conceal and Define concealer. It's sort of supposed to complete the Conceal and Define family of products according to Revolution Beauty. So this is in a glass jar. First time I'm seeing a glass jar from Makeup Revolution. And this is 23 mils of product. That's quite surprising. I mean, I haven't heard of, a foundation that comes in 23 mils of packaging. There's 30 mils and even 20 mils and 35 mils, but 23 mils, very funny. This is cruelty-free and vegan, and it comes in a whopping 24 shades, and it costs £9 each per bottle. So the Conceal and Define concealer cost £4 per bottle. Now this is the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation from Revolution Beauty, and this is 25 mils of product. So what I am going to do is compare and contrast these two, because this claims to be a full coverage foundation as well. So let's see how they do. I will be demoing this in a minute. But before that, the packaging, rose gold lid, very, very similar to the Conceal and Define concealer. And only difference, of course, being that this is in a glass jar and possibly the size is bigger. So this is the applicator there, not a pump or anything. Gosh, you tend to lose some product while pulling it out without, really looking. And the worst part is when you put the sort of applicator back inside, there's some product that gets on the lid over here. So that's the applicator, quite large. Now this is the first time I'm using an applicator like this. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. I haven't tried the Sharp. Oh, I love Sharp. I haven't tried the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. If I end up saying Sharp too many times, it's because I am addicted to Bernard Cornwell's series, and I think Sharp is the greatest set of novels and greatest TV series ever made. And I think Sharp was my first crush, and I've never quite really got over him. So I might keep saying Sharp. So I haven't tried the Tarte Shape Tape concealer or foundation, so I can't really tell if these are dupes. Now there is a very mild fragrance of something. I can't really tell what it is though. Lemongrass? I'm smelling lemongrass. Yep, lemongrass. I don't know, that is the first time I'm coming across a foundation that smells of lemons and lemongrass. Very funny though. So let's close that now and see what Revolution Beauty have to say about this. Ageless, unisex, affordable, yours. New to the Conceal and Define family, meet our Conceal and Define full coverage foundation, offering lightweight yet buildable coverage in 24 skin-true shades. This versatile foundation is designed to suit every skin type and tone. With an oil-free yet creamy and comfortable formula that dries down to a lasting demi-matte finish, it won't settle into fine lines or cling to dry patches. Housed in a luxe glass bottle with a jumbo doe foot applicator for greater control and less waste, this foundation offers highly pigmented coverage that can be layered or diffused to suit your look. Swipe on and blend out to ramp up the coverage for a real skin finish that diffuses blemishes and uneven skin tone. Or let your complexion's natural character shine through using a small amount with a damp beauty sponge for veil-like coverage. Follow with your favorite shades of Conceal and Define concealer to highlight, contour or conceal. Vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, oil-free. So there are 24 shades, which, they had 18 shades in previous foundation. That's because they've had some sort of 0.5 shades now. There's a 0.5 F05, which is for fair skin tones with a pink undertone, F10.5 for medium skin tones with a golden undertone, F8.5 for light medium skin tones with a yellow undertone, F12.5 for medium dark skin tones with a golden undertone, F13.5 for medium dark skin tones with a neutral undertone. So those are sort of new shades. And the shade that I've got here is F10. That is for medium skins with a golden undertone. I'm very, very yellow undertone. So I have F10 in the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation and in the Conceal and Define Foundation, both F10s. Let's see how they do. The Revolution Pro Foundation did not have any fragrance. Now this one does have a lemongrass fragrance. Now they claim no wastage. I disagree. When you put the lid back here, you get product on the sort of rim here, which is wastage if you ask me. So I'm going to take the product from there and then swatch it. And I am going to take the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation and swatch that beneath. Now, according to me, the Revolution Pro Foundation is peachier and slightly pinker, while the Conceal and Define is more yellow toned. Now, without further ado, here is a demo of this foundation. I've got a flat top foundation brush on the left side and a beauty blender on the right side. On this side of the face, I'm going to go in with It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Flat Top Airbrush Foundation Brush. And if it does well, I will go in with the original beauty blender on this side. So, it's quite thick. Now this one says full coverage foundation, so I'm hoping that doesn't really need much building up. Very rather large doe foot applicator there. So hopefully that should be enough. Now, because of all the hyperpigmentation and acne scarring, I like my foundations to be very full coverage indeed. God, I hate talking while doing my makeup. It's why I don't do those, chatty get ready with me, really. I am also wearing lashings of lip balm because my lips are in appalling condition right now. See, I tend to chew, pull, poke at, pinch, and basically destroy my own lips when stressed. Bad idea, that. Now, this side of the face. I don't know if I want to go in with a beauty blender. Now, one thing I don't like is when you put the applicator back in and attempt to close the lid, some of the product comes out at the edges. A lot of glass bottles have this problem, I feel. Now, the texture of this is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, which I've reviewed. I'll link that in the description box below if anybody wants to see it. Now, I don't know about Shape Tape, having never used that foundation, but I can tell you that this seems to be a good dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. Not bad, but I think this side is a bit sheer and this side is better coverage. Now I'm going to go off camera and get my forehead done, and the reason for that is that I need to hold the fringe out of the way and all that. So need both hands for it. I'm not going to be able to use a mirror, so I need to go in front of my mirror and then get the job done. Be right back. So that is my foundation entirely out of the way. Very good coverage. I would say this is indeed full coverage. I like the finish a bit more than the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation, which was, well, a bit too thick. I mean, it's great if you do have cystic acne or, very bad hyperpigmentation. It covers everything. But, when your acne is less, you don't need that kind of very thick coverage. So I think I prefer the Conceal and Define Foundation to the Full Cover Camouflage Foundation. Quite nice. Very similar finish to the Magic Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. Now, I don't really think this needs setting powder. Now, right now, I'm seeing a matte finish here. But I am the last word in oily, and I assure you that by the time I'm done here, you're going to see an oily film develop. So that's the situation. Now, the good news is that you don't need setting powder or, finishing powder or anything, because it dries nicely matte on me and then becomes semi-matte after a bit. You can see some of the shine coming through here because I'm incredibly oily, and about 20 minutes after a properly matte foundation I become dewy, and within an hour I'm incredibly greasy. Now this is more than an hour now and there is some shine peeping through here. No setting powder has been used, of course, So I have hope that this is among my more matte foundations actually. Now the other thing obviously is that you don't even need concealer. It offers very good coverage. It's covered all my, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation and blemishes and acne marks nicely, very nice there. Now the only problem here is that if you are dry-skinned, you're going to have to use a very sort of moisturizing or hydrating primer and moisturize very liberally before applying this foundation, because otherwise, despite the claims to the contrary, it is going to cling to dry patches. Because, if it's going to dry this matte on me, I'm very, very oily. On somebody with normal skin, it's going to dry even more matte. And on somebody with dry skin, I could see a problem unless they hydrate very, very liberally. So apart from that, I didn't see many problems. If you're dreadfully oily skinned as I am, this could be a great foundation, for making, for giving you, sort of demi-matte to matte finish. And I don't think it's, very lightweight yet buildable. I see it being medium to almost, quite full coverage. But then I use a heavy hand because I have things to cover. It is definitely sheerer with a beauty blender, as they claimed. I really don't think this is lightweight coverage at all. It is definitely a full coverage foundation. Now, I find that this foundation is a very, very, very close dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation in terms of formula and finish. The Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation is one of the only foundations that actually finish very matte on me. And, it becomes demi-matte as time goes on, but never greasy. And this is the same as the situation with the Conceal and Define foundation. The coverage is very similar as well, full. No need to build up and struggle with that. You might need a hydrating primer if you're dry skin, of course. So if you are looking for an affordable dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, then the Revolution Beauty Conceal and Define Foundation is a good choice. Also, if you're very oily skinned and want full coverage, matte finish, or demi-matte at least, and, foundation that doesn't break up and lasts nicely through the day and does not become greasy through the day, then Conceal and Define is a very good choice. It's just £9. So Revolution Beauty ships worldwide. I link where to buy this foundation in the description box below. This year, I think Makeup Revolution has been killing it with their sort of very original eyeshadow palettes. And there are 3 foundations this year that I've really liked. The first is the Fast Base Stick Foundation from them. The second is the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation. And the third one is the Conceal and Define Foundation. All 3 from the same brand. This is not a sponsored post, nor is it a PR sample at all. I bought all of them. So that's my take on the Conceal and Define Foundation from Revolution Beauty. I hope you found it useful. If you are oily skinned, if you need full coverage, if you like the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, or if you like Revolution Pro, but, want a lighter formula but the same coverage, and want something that's that looks like skin but with better coverage, then you definitely will love the Conceal and Define Foundation. If you are dry skinned though, as I said, moisturizing, hydrating primer. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up and please do hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell, and I'll speak to you in my next video.